Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode. Today we bring you episode 7, A Sleepless Night. Do you ever have trouble sleeping? Sometimes my mind gets busy and starts thinking about everything that could go wrong, or everything that I need to do tomorrow. And suddenly my eyes are open wide, and it's hard to go to sleep. Well, today's story is about a king who could unsleep because he was worried about one of his friends. Let's jump right into it. In the book of Daniel, chapter 6, verses 18 to 19, it says, "Then the king arose very early in the morning, and all the while that he was in his palace, he commanded that Daniel be taken and cast into the lion's den. And he said, 'See now, O Daniel, your God, whom you serve continually, he will deliver you from the lion's mouth.' And he commanded that a stone be brought and sealed with the signet ring of the king, and cast into the same den. And the king said, 'Thus is the writing, sealed by me, Darius, king of the Medes and Persians. And this is the decree: no one shall cast himself into the lion's den. No one is permitted to stay in it. Whoever does so shall be torn in pieces.' So last night, King Darius had made a law that if anyone prayed to their God, they would be thrown into a den of hungry lions. But then he had second thoughts, and he thought maybe I went too far. So he went back on his word, and he said, 'I won't throw people into the lion's den, but I'm gonna make an exception for my friend Daniel, because I know he prays to his God 3 times a day, and I don't want anything to happen to him.' So the king didn't sleep at all that night, and when it got to be morning, he got up and he went down to the lion's den to see if Daniel was okay. And he called in a loud voice, 'Hey, Daniel, is your God powerful enough to save you from the lions?' So Daniel heard the king talking outside the den, and he didn't bother to respond. And that made the king even more nervous, because if Daniel thought that God wasn't going to save him, then he probably wouldn't pray, and then the lions might attack. So the king was in a panic. He was pacing back and forth, waiting for Daniel to say something. But Daniel didn't say anything. So the king started to cry out, and he said, 'Oh Daniel, I hope your God saves you. Oh God of Daniel, please help my friend Daniel.'" This story reminds us that no matter how big and powerful a king is, there are still some things that he can't control. And sometimes the best thing a leader can do is to trust in a higher power. We don't know exactly why the king couldn't sleep. Maybe he felt guilty for making the decree in the first place. Or maybe he was just worried about his friend. Whatever the reason, it shows that even kings are not above having worries and fears. As I mentioned last time, the Bible tells stories of real people from long ago, and these stories aren't just interesting tales from the past. They teach us how to live our lives today. The part where the king couldn't sleep reminds us that no matter how busy we are, it's important to take time to rest. In the Bible, it says to commit your way to the Lord and trust in Him. He will act. So even if we have a lot to do, we should try our best not to worry and instead put our trust in God. Hey, thanks for listening to today's story. If you liked it, be sure to let us know by clicking the like button and subscribing for more adventures in Odyssey. I've been your host. Until next time, remember, put your trust in God and you'll be able to sleep well, even if you have a lot to do.